So it's no question that the Halifax real estate market feels a little bit different this year, even compared to last year. For some, this year's spring market may have felt like a bit of a flop. I took a deep dive into the numbers in June, and what I found was actually quite surprising. In today's video, we're going to break down the latest Halifax-Dartmouth area stats and provide a little insight as to why your home is taking longer to sell. My name is Zach Surette, and I'm a real estate agent in the city of Halifax and Halifax Regional Municipality. You're watching Halifax Home Guide. So let's start off with the total number of sales in the month of June 2026, which came in at 535 sales. This is similar to the same month last year at 553 and up only slightly compared to last month. Total sales year to date, 2,388. Next, let's talk about new listings. This past month was 751, which is only up slightly compared to the same month last year, which was 734, but down from 808 compared to last month. Total new listings year to date, 3,778. So when taking into consideration all of the new listings that came on the market in the first half of 2026, only 63% of those new listings sold within the same time period. If you're a seller who has their home on the market right now, this next stat might interest you, which is the average showings per listing. This past month came in at 4.6 showings per listing, which is down from 5.5 compared to the same month last year and down from 5 compared to last month. Now, how about the average sale price? When you look at all the sales that happened within the last 12 months, that average was $616,313, which indicates a year-over-year appreciation of 2%. Now, the year-over-year average actually has gone down slightly during the last 2-month period, but not really enough to talk about. As when you look back at the last 5 years, there were periods where the average year-over-year sale price did go down. Now, when you look at the average sold price for the homes that sold only within the month of June, it was actually quite similar at $617,695. So not really a whole lot of movement as far as average price goes this time around. This is a trend that I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on, but definitely some good news for buyers to see that prices, at least for now, seem like they've stabilized. Now to the average days on market, which when looking at the year-over-year data came in at 39 days. Now, looking at homes that sold only within the month of June, it was significantly better at 32 days. And just for fun, I looked back at January 2026, where the average days on market was actually 55. And it's about the same compared to last month as well. So if your home has been sitting on the market for 3 to 4 weeks and it hasn't sold yet, I promise you it's probably not your real estate agent. Homes are just taking a little bit longer to sell these days. Moving on to the list to sale ratio, which now stands at 98.5%, which was about the same compared to last month. But when compared to the same month last year, it's down from 100.6% of the asking price. So what about the inventory? As of June 30th, 2026, there were 1,549 listings available on the market, which is up from 1,438 compared to last month. Moving on to months of inventory. And for those who are new to my market stats video, this is a very important metric that we use to measure what type of market we are currently in. The theory behind this stat is if we didn't bring any new listings to market and just sold off the current inventory based on the rate that homes are currently selling for, how many months would it take to sell off all of that inventory? Well, when you look at the last 12 months data, this came in at 2.8 months. But this isn't really a good way to look at this stat because it doesn't give us much indication on what's happening today. When I look at these stats based on homes that sold solely in the month of June, it was actually up to 3.7 months. So I would say now we are firmly in a balanced market. And this is up significantly compared to last month, which was 2.9. So looking at all that, you may think that since the market is slower this spring, so are the number of homes that are selling at or above asking price. Well, actually, this number came in at about 35%. So yes, there are still bidding wars happening in Halifax. So what's interesting when I look at a lot of these data points is that some of them haven't really seen much of a change compared to last year. But as I mentioned, things definitely seem a lot slower. I know personally in my business, I probably had one of the slowest springs as far as the amount of clients and transactions I've had. And from what I'm hearing, I know there are some sellers out there that are definitely frustrated. So I wanted to break it down into two different reasons why the market seems slower this year. Well, these days, buyers have more options available to them and more negotiating power compared to the last few years. The average days on market is growing, and sellers are getting less buyer showings on their listings. So why is the average days on market going up? Well, so far this year, we have been steadily building inventory, which kind of ties into the buyers have more options. We are simply not selling as many listings compared to how many are coming on the market. Kind of just boils down to simple supply and demand. So now I want to hear from you. Are there any particular market stats that you'd like me to talk about in my next month's video? If so, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give this video a like and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.